Hello, knockouts. TonyaTko here. And today is February 18th, the 1 year anniversary of when I announced my displacement to the world. Right now, I'm in California. I'm living in my car. I've been living in my car for the past few weeks. I can't figure out how to get out of this situation. I closed TKO Skin July 2014. I had about enough money to last a year. And 1 year from the date that I began to change into who it is that I have now grown to be. And so I wanted to come out and make this really special video to give you all an update. The top 3 things that I've learned about life from my year of displacement. I wanted to first start by thanking all of the people who gave to my GoFundMe campaign and all of the people who wrote me uplifting messages and letters and mail, and people who forwarded my video and people who came out in support. Thank you. I am who I am today because of what it is that you have done. So thank you. And even a thank you to the people who came out in opposition. How does a knife become sharp? You know, how does steel become strong? It's from the banging on it and the sharpening of it. Not just on one side, it's an equivalent, a banging on this side and then an opposing banging on the other side. And the things that take place to get it to where it ends up being a beautiful, beautiful work of art. Maybe not even a knife, let's say a sword, like like a Japanese sword. How does it become so sharp? How does it become a work of art from the crafting of the things that happen to it? So thank you all. I can honestly say that I am where I am right now because of you. I am who I am right now because of you and the entire year. So thank you. Thank you. And so I'm going to jump right into the top 3 things that I learned about life from my displacement. So number three. Remember last year when I was in the thick of the displacement and I was holding strong to my belief and my vision, and people were calling me crazy. Remember, they were calling me crazy and they were questioning my sanity, etc. And I realized that, okay, let's talk about what is crazy. Doing things in a way that normal people, quote unquote, normal people don't do. Abnormal, behaving in an abnormal way, being weird, etc. And I realized that anytime that you are in a state of creation, especially creating something that is not there in the present, you have to be a little, quote unquote, crazy. You have to hold fast to the vision and the belief of something that does not exist in the present. So you have to maintain a vision of that which other people may not be able to see. You have to maintain the belief of an ideal that other people may not believe. Because you see, we are acculturated to follow the tide. We are indoctrinated into a system from when we are very young, very early on as children. And can you imagine, right? Like, let's say everybody was quote unquote crazy, then crazy would be normal. And anybody who does not do what all of the other quote unquote crazy people do, that person would then by definition be considered crazy. And so yes, when you're going after big things and big dreams, and when you're following a feeling and an intuition on the inside, yes, it's going to take a little bit of craziness. And as long as you're not a danger to yourself or other people, you're good. But I think that this word, quote unquote, crazy is overused to describe anybody who is counterculture. And if you think about, look, cultures come and go, and we are indoctrinated into a culture which may not have our best physical, mental, and spiritual health in mind. Because right now we are indoctrinated into a system of debt slavery where most of us are living in a debt so strong that we work to pay off of that debt, so that our entire lives are dedicated to paying off that debt. So we are indentured to our debt. And this is our lives. This is what we're considering life. You know, there's a difference between living and just being alive. And if you're going to pursue your dream, you're going to have to hold a belief to a vision of something which may seem improbable, which all evidence may point to it not being achievable. And in order to have that thing, you must still hold fast to that belief that that thing is possible, no matter what the evidence around you says, no matter what the current circumstances says, you must hold that belief. And yes, that is going to seem crazy to other people, and it may even seem a little bit crazy to you, but you're going to have to dig deep inside for that feeling and maintain that feeling on the inside, which is driving you towards that thing. So yes, that may seem a little quote unquote crazy, but in order to, and you know, we do it all the time. If you think about it, when you're throwing a party, let's say you're going to have a barbecue. I thought about this the other day because I'm going to be having a housewarming party and inviting the people in the area, you know, like Bond and Renee and the people who supported me during my displacement. I'm going to have a housewarming get together, right? And it's like I started thinking, because it's the same principle in use. When you're going to have a party, you have to imagine what it is that you would like to have at that party. You have to imagine the drink bowl. Imagine where the dance floor would be. Well, I'm not having a dance floor, but I'm saying in a regular party. You have to imagine what's going to go on the barbecue grill. You have to imagine where people will stand, where how many people you can fit in a certain, how you have to imagine the whole entire thing, what the decorations will look like so that I'm not having decorations either, but but these are all things that you have to imagine and put in place inside of your mind so that you go forward. So that you go forward to get the different components of what it is that you see in your vision. So we do it all the time, except when it comes to our dreams, sometimes the timeline may be a little bit different. So you still have to do the different things. Like people thought I was crazy because I was going to the YouTube space and because I was going to produce videos and because I was still in the process of still gaining the little bits and pieces from here and there that I knew that I would need after the displacement was over. And so people thought that was crazy, but I had a vision inside my mind of what it is that I wanted for the future. And I knew that there were things that I had to do in the present in order to get me there. So yes, it may be a little bit quote unquote crazy, but we have to hold the vision and we got to do the things that we feel will get us there, because listen, this me has always existed in the future today. I mean, do you guys remember when I made those videos the year before last, right? And I had my hair in that nice long, the crochet braids. And look, now my natural hair is much like the vision that I had for how I wanted my natural hair to be. So I wore in those crochet braids. Do you remember? And so it's like we have to hold the vision, because listen, the Tonya that you see here today has always existed at this plane in the time-space continuum. On this vertical plane, I have always existed. But there were things that needed to happen to the Tonya of the past that will go along the lines to get me to where it is that I am right now. And I had no idea that it would take displacement, that it would take vitriol, that it would take getting stripped. You want to find out who a person really is. Take away everything. Take away everything from them, and you will see who they truly are. But let me not say everything. Take away everything that they knew to define themselves by. Because I defined myself before by a lot of other things that I realize now were not me. And I had to be stripped of those things and unpeeled. I had to be unpeeled to realize more of who it is that I truly am. So hold fast. Hold fast. And you know what that's actually going to be? We're going to continue on, because we're going to come back to that point, because there is a synchronicity to life, and life will bring into your world what it is that you need. When you say that you want something, life will bring the things into your life, honey, to get you there. I could not have become the woman that I am today if it had not been for the displacement. I couldn't be this woman right now. And when I tell you that I am changed, yes, oh, yes, I am changed. Listen, let's go on. Number 2, happiness is a verb. You do happiness. People speak of happiness like an adjective, a word that describes a noun, so that they say, I am happy. Much like people say, I am depressed. We are not these words that we describe ourselves to be. Happiness is not something that existed someplace in the future. Happiness is available to you at any time because it is ethereal. It is ethereal. It is a verb. It is always available to you. Like digging into a mine. If you think of yourself as like a mountain where happiness exists on the inside, and there are different things that cover it up along the way, and you have to do the things that you need to do to chip and tap into that source of happiness and bring it out forth. Like, let's say like oil, like Texas gold, like coming out of you, drill down into the center of it, and you spout it out, and it can dry up and it can close up, and you have to drill and reconnect to that feeling. Happiness is always in motion, like a relationship. Relationship is not a noun, it is a verb. You do a relationship because a relationship is constantly in ebb and flow. You have to constantly continue to put in order for that relationship to be healthy, in order for that relationship to continue to grow. And just like your happiness, you have to put in to that happiness. You have to do the things. Oh, I don't know how to describe this in a way that I think that you will understand. What does happiness mean to you? What makes you happy? I found out when I had nothing that I had to continue to do. I can't say that I had nothing because I've always had something. I have me. And there are other things that I have, but I can never say that I had nothing. I can't say that because I am something. And as long as I have me, I have something. So I have something. When I lost a lot of what I had, I realized this about happiness. I had to realize, and this is going to be in the book that I'm writing, how to love yourself even when there seems no reason to. I had to figure out what are the things that quote unquote make me happy. And I had to do those things, and I had to tap into that source. And when it would start to get compounded over and covered up, I had to drill and tap back into that source. Happiness is a choice. It is available to you because if you cannot be happy, look, remember like how I said I have myself. Remember, if you cannot be happy with the things that you have right here and now, then you can never be happy because things come up and things go down. And if you can find a way to be happy right now, you would have found the secret. Because happiness is not something that exists when you will achieve something or have something or get something. Happiness is available to you because it is a choice, and you will choose to be happy. Because if you can't be happy with the air that you have in your lungs, the blood that beats through your veins, what is more precious than life force? What is more precious than that? Without the life force, listen, as long as you get up another day, you have another chance. And if you can't be happy with the air that you breathe and the blood that pumps strong and the spirit that still animates this avatar of a body, if you can't be happy with those basic things, then what will you be happy with? Because nothing, let me tell you, nothing else matters. Nothing. I don't know if there's a way that I can drill this into you. The car, the house, nothing matters. Nothing. The only thing that cannot be taken away from you is this. The spirit never dies. You are everlasting. Hear me. You are everlasting. You cannot be. I don't even know how to put it, gosh. You cannot be watered down. You cannot be adulterated. Oh, you are a powerful and magnificent being. And as long as you have you, you have everything. Listen to me. Everything else on this earth is temporary. Only energy is everlasting, honey. The clothes on your back, the jewels on your neck, the car that you drive, the people that you know, the relationships that you have, all of these things can be transient, passing through. But energy, honey, oh, energy is everlasting, and you are eternal. Listen, a lot of these other things, they can get us to where it is that we need to be, but they are not us. And I learned that along the way. I had to learn who it is that I am. Well, I had to refamiliarize myself, well, with who it is that I am. Listen, let's go to number one. Number one, there is a rhythm to life. When I was out there, I became really familiar with the ebbs and flows of life, of the world, of the day even. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. The moon comes up and the moon goes down. There's a time for spring and there's a time for winter. There's a time for being awake and there's a time for resting. I became really familiar with the fact that, you know what, I wasn't going to add this in here because I talked about this before, but nothing matters. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning that you give to it. Nothing matters. No matter what you do, no matter what you choose to do or not do, the sun will come up and the sun will go down. The day will start and the day will end. Whether you decide to lay in bed all day or get up and do something with the day that you're exchanging of your life for the activities of that day. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. The only person that it really, really, truly matters to is you. You have an opportunity and you have a chance in this life and a chance on this world. What are you going to do with that chance? And look, it doesn't matter. It's choice. You make yourself happy. You hear me? Make yourself happy. It doesn't matter what it is. Make yourself happy. Well, I mean, as long as it's in the bounds of the law and you're not hurting other people, as long as it's in the greater good of all people involved. Come on. I hope that doesn't need to be said, but please make yourself happy. Because your life matters to you. You know, so many of us are living for other people, but your life matters to you. Oh, goodness. I got off topic. Number one, there is a rhythm to life. There is a duality. The sun comes up, sun goes down. We breathe in, we breathe out. And I saw the moon and the different shapes that the moon takes over the course of days, where it goes from crescent to half crescent. You know, I don't know the names of all of them, but I took notice of, and even the different places in the sky and how the moon would move as the night went on, and the sun, and you could tell what time it is from where the sun is, and then it changes each day as the seasons change, and there's a rhythm, there's an order to life. I even learned about my own cycle and how it relates to the moon and the connection that we have with the meridians of the sun. I learned a lot about who it is, or I refamiliarized myself with a lot about who it is that I am as a being on this earth, being out there in nature. You know, I did a video a few years ago where I talked about all of the years, all of the different milestones of my life, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait for the next stage. This is all that I know now, but by God, I will not waste. I won't waste another moment. Oh God, no.
because I know how it goes. We waste these moments hoping for another one. Then when we get to the other one, we realize how good it was that we had it then. So by God, if I could inspire you to do anything, is take advantage of this moment right here, because all we have is now.
And I realized during my displacement, I was not going to squander that time of my life. And I tried best I could to enjoy, to learn, to live, and then relax into it. What I was going to say is that there's a synchronicity to life. There are wheels in motion, lots and lots of these wheels, larger, more complex than we can understand. We send out an energy. Everything ebbs and flows. Remember I said earlier when I said that there's a person that you are meant to be in the future. And if you say to your higher self, look, this is what I want. I want to be strong. There will be things that'll come into your life, honey, that'll make you strong. Hear me? If you say, I want to be stoic, I want to be upstanding, I want to give, there will be things that will come into your life which will make you a giver. Honey, oh, listen to me. Hear me. Hear me. No matter what it is that you say that you've wanted, something will come into your life which will help you achieve that. And you may not understand it at the time. It's like being in a washing machine. The clothes don't understand that it's being tossed and tumbled all around inside there, because there is a method to the madness that when it comes out, it will be sparkling. And then even as it's soaking wet and you put it up to dry, the clothes may not understand, but you do. But you do. And there is an order to this life. There's a synchronicity to it, in the directions that we're going, the people that we are becoming. And even as I sit here right now, there's a you of the future of next year. You know, you all remember all of the things that I said that I wanted. Remember when I closed my business and I said that there was this song inside of me that needed to be sung? I did not want to die with my song trapped inside of me, and there were so many things that I wanted. Remember? TKO Skin will be closing. I feel a part of my soul crying out and telling me, Tonya, please don't die with your song still inside of you. I don't know if I will be successful, but I know that I have to try. So many things that I wanted, and I didn't know how I was going to get there, and I didn't even understand in the duration of the displacement. I didn't understand, but I tried best as I could to stay uplifted, to stay happy, to continue to move forward. I tried best I could to find order in the madness and relax into it. And as I close this video, if there's anything that I could say to you, right? I would say that I would hope that my life can cast an example for you that trouble don't last always. You remember that rhythm we talked about? There are ups, there are downs. And in the end, everything will be all right. And if it's not all right, then it's not the end, honey. It's not the end. So you continue to push forward. You do. You continue to hold fast to that vision. Be a little crazy. Hold that idea fast in your mind and in your heart. If there's something that you want, there are wheels in place that are moving to get that for you. Hold that vision strong, honey. Hold it strong. And tap into your happiness and continue to do the things that will bring that happiness forth for you. And remember the synchronicity. Don't waste any time. Worry only robs you of the present, because everything is going to be all right eventually anyway. So then trust in that. trust in that. Trust that there are no mistakes. Let me get out of here. Do you want a hug now? Oh, honey. You want a hug now or after the tour? You know what? Let's hug now, and then I'll give you all the tour, and then we will, and then maybe we'll hug again after. I don't know. But hug me, hug me, hug me. Oh, goodness. I love you all very, very much. Go out there and love one another, but most importantly, what? That's right, love yourself. But let me give you all the tour. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me turn the camera around. Okay, are you ready for the tour? This is the bedroom. Thank you for watching. If you were one of the donors to my campaign, check your email box over the next few days for a special and private tour of my new place. Again, and thank you.